beauty babes, welcome to my channel. I'm Maria, aka Agape Love Girl. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today I'm back with this month's beauty rewind. I'm so excited I finally decided on a name. I didn't mention it in my last month's video because when I filmed it I didn't have the name in mind, but as I was uploading that video, the name officially came to me to name this like monthly series my beauty rewind video, because basically what I am doing is looking back on all the new products that I tried the previous month and kind of giving you guys my update after using them for the month, and some, you know, more thoughts, more thorough thoughts after using them for a lot longer. I also did do a you know, testing out new makeup using pretty much all of these products and a few others in a video. It's a lot of a long chattier video, and you know, you'll see the way everything wore throughout the day in that video. So if you're curious to see how these products, you know, wear and how, you know, they apply and all that kind of stuff, definitely check out that video. I'll link in the eye for you to check out if you're interested. But with that being said, let's go ahead and just get into it. By the way, if you guys are curious what's on my face today, my eyes and everything, I'll have it listed in the description box. I did not film a tutorial for this look. I kind of just did my makeup today. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. I thought I was going to keep it a lot more simple, and then I ended up with this kind of like very smoky kind of eye. And I'm really not sure how I feel about it. I feel like, I thought like looking at myself in the mirror as I was doing makeup that it looked really good. But on camera right now as I'm looking at myself, I feel like I don't like the way it looks. So I'd love to know what you guys think of this look. But anyways, if you're curious, I'll put the details in the description box. So let's go ahead and get right into the products. The first product that I have to talk to you guys about is the PixiGlow Cake in the shade GildedBare. I did receive two of them, but I only kept this one. The other one I gifted away. And I've already talked about before how much I really love Pixi Beauty highlighters. That's one of the things that is like my favorite from Pixi Beauty. Aside from their skincare, I do adore their skincare. Makeup, I've always said, is kind of like just okay, and it is a lot more of a higher priced makeup brand for a drugstore brand. So I'm pretty picky when it comes to, if it's drugstore and it's like a higher price, I'm going to be pretty picky about it, because if we're going to be paying you know, a higher tag, even if it's lower than high end, it's just still match, you know, that. But anyways, highlighters are one of the things that I think they do amazingly, and I really did like this a lot. It probably though won't be something I reach for a ton, just because these kind of like ombre products can be a little bit difficult to use. It's kind of a mix. All of this whole like ombre thing is very shimmery, so not a lot of people I know like a very shimmery bronzer or a shimmery, super shimmery highlighted blush or anything like that. So I don't think this is going to be a product that will, you know, everybody's going to love, but I do think it's really beautiful. And if you don't mind a more shimmery, very glowy disco ball like look, you might really like this. I do think it's really beautiful. It's because there is so much shimmer in it, it looks more lightweight, I guess you can say, you know, or less pigmented, because the shimmer reflects the light and looks like you see less color, you see more shine, if that makes sense. So I feel like the blush comes across looking a little bit sheer, but it's still really pretty. I'm someone who doesn't necessarily mind a shimmery bronzer. Like, I love, one of my favorites right now is the IT Cosmetics by Pores bronzer, and it does have a nice sheen to it. Not as much as this. It's a little bit more subtle and natural in my opinion. So yeah, I don't mind it, but it's not going to be my preference. It's not going to be something I reach for a ton, but maybe if I really want to like add a little bit of glow to my whole face, I will reach for this. But I do in general love the Pixi highlights. Alright, the next new product that I tried last month are the SLMD Step Zero cleansing wipes. If you're not familiar, SLMD is Sandra Lee MD. She's like a skincare doctor, also known as Dr. Pimple Popper. I am somewhat obsessed with her Instagram page, and I've said this before, but for those who don't know, I'm like weirdly, grossly to some people, obsessed with pimple popping videos. It is so oddly satisfying. I also love to extract pimples and blackheads, and it's just, I love it. So anyways, a while back they had reached out to me to add me to kind of their PR list, I guess. She has a skincare line, so she has like, you know, for acne and like face wash and different kind of skincare products. And so I was sent the hyaluronic acid, and then recently, I think for New Year's, they sent these Step Zero cleansing wipes, which are basically just a makeup, you know, wipes. And it's kind of hard sometimes to tell, like, is, you know, a makeup wipe good? You know, it's one of those kind of things that I feel like and I've talked about before, I usually just buy the Walmart brand ones in the blue package, and you get like 40 of them, and they're super cheap, and they do the job, and they're great. More recently, and I brought them over here just to show you guys, more recently I have switched to buying the Ulta Beauty On The Go cleansing makeup remover facial towelettes. These are the sensitive. I think they have a regular one and a sensitive version. I really have been liking these ones. They're like $6 or something, and you get 25 wipes, so I don't feel like they're as good of a deal as the Walmart brand ones, because you definitely get more for less. I think they're like $3 or $4 for 40, so it's like a really good deal. But I really like these ones because they are a little bit thicker. And they have a vitamin E, provitamin B5, and they just feel really great on the skin, so I was willing to pay a little bit more money for these. I still think they're a really great value. They're wide, they're damp, and just really do the job. My skin feels great after using them. So anyways, also want to kind of tangent just to kind of bring it all together. Like, I did also try the Bye Bye makeup wipes from It Cosmetics as well, because I do love their Bye Bye makeup balm, and I was really curious to try their wipes. But I was expecting to really love those, and I actually really didn't. It's not that I didn't love them. I thought they were good. There wasn't that they were bad, but you don't get very many wipes, and they're like, so depending on where you buy, they're about $15 to $20 or $14 to $19 for 25 wipes. And I just thought, like, to me, they weren't that amazing that it was worth it for that price, especially because you're only getting 25 wipes. Like, that is not very much. And these ones are 25 wipes, but like, I only need to use one to get my whole face off, and because they're pretty moist, and they're $6. Whereas the It Cosmetics ones were like, I felt like, because they were more of a drier formula or a drier cloth, I felt like I always needed two to really wipe my face off, my makeup off. So anyways, bringing that back to these ones from SLMD, you do get 30 wipes, and they are $15. I got the price here, $15. So a little bit better of a deal compared to the It Cosmetics ones, and I'm comparing because it's, you know, a higher end. These ones, I feel like I could get everything off in one wipe as well. I feel like the product, the remover that's in the cloth, there's enough there. It's not a dry wipe. They do a really great job as well. These are kind of like advertised as like to help with, you know, removing dirt and bacteria and other things that can cause acne, you know, build up, because, you know, SLMD, this is kind of like an acne skincare line. The ingredients include aloe vera, avena sativa extract, which is supposed to be conditioning and soothing, chamomile, cucumber, and things like that. And so if that's kind of like what you're looking for, I do think these are great, but not probably something I would purchase myself, just because $15 to me is just, I have such a hard time spending a lot of money on makeup removing products, because there's lots out there that are really affordable that do the job, especially if like you're gonna do another step, which I always do. I think if you're only gonna use a makeup remover wipe or something, you maybe want to get something that's a little bit more expensive and a little more high end, but that's just one step in my skincare. And I don't always use makeup wipes, but if I'm feeling lazy, I will use a makeup wipe, and then I'm still going to, you know, wash my face. So I have a hard time spending a lot of money on something that just I can do with anything. Like, for the most part, I use my makeup eraser cloth. It's reusable. You just need water, you know what I mean? So wipes, I'm like, I feel like, ooh, I'm not the type of person who wants to spend a lot of money on them. Also, I really have them hand most of the time for just like cleaning swatches off my face, or like fixing little mistakes here on my makeup or whatever, but not often, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's one of those things that I have a hard time spending a lot of money on. But if you are someone who likes to spend your money on those kind of products, I do think this from SLMD is a really great wipe. I would recommend it over the It Cosmetics ones. So, you know, I don't know if that helps you or not, but like I said, I wouldn't repurchase, but my go-to have been the Ulta Beauty ones, the sensitive version, or if you're really looking for something cheap and a really good deal, the ones from Walmart, their Walmart Beauty brand Equate, I think, and they're like in a blue package. That's a really amazing deal as well. All right, moving on, I got the Makeup Forever, I got sent their new HD self-setting concealers, and that was like really the main focus of the video I did testing out new makeup. If you haven't seen that, like I said, again, please go watch it and check it out. If you want to see it in action and hear a lot more detail about the product itself. But anyways, I got sent these in PR, and I have been using them quite a bit over the last month, and my overall thoughts and the conclusion I've come to is that I do think these are very, very nice, but they are not going to be a concealer that is my preference or like a favorite or one that I reach for a ton. I don't want to say I won't ever reach for them, because I actually have been reaching for them very often on the days where I'm wearing like very minimal makeup or just need to hurry up out the door and just want a little something that doesn't like require like a whole full rest of the face. Because there's some concealers where I can't just put that concealer on and not anything else. Like it's just too much of a contrast, or just too much coverage to where it doesn't blend in with the rest of my face. And like you need foundation with certain concealers. I don't know if this is making sense to anybody, but this, like, in my mind, like, okay, we'll start over real quick. You guys probably already know this, but this is just kind of like my thoughts. I have very, very dark circles, and I prefer, my preference for concealer is a very, very full coverage. I really like the Shape Tape. I haven't repurchased that since I ran out of it, because I just have so many other concealers that I'd like to use up and get through, but I loved Shape Tape. Really great coverage. You don't need a lot. A little bit goes a long way. I know a lot of people said that they found Shape Tape to be very, very drying on their skin, and I didn't really necessarily find that. Yes, it's a more dry concealer, but it didn't like dry me out or make me look crusty or old or anything like that. But maybe because I didn't use as much as so many people do. People like cake that on. It's like, no, you don't need that much. Anyways, off that tangent. But could I find myself just putting on Shape Tape and that's it? I mean, if I want to blend it all over my face, yes. But if I just want to put some under my eyes to cover my dark circles real quick and run out the door, I wouldn't necessarily do that. When I'm just putting on something to make myself feel or look a little bit more presentable, not that I'm not presentable with my own face, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, if I want to like kind of hide the dark circles real quick, I'm going to reach for something that's a little bit thinner, a little bit more natural, a little bit more like, or a lot more lightweight, that I can kind of wear on its own, that will blend in with the rest of my skin, and it's not obvious that I'm just wearing concealer and looks weird. So with that in mind, that's where these come in, and that's where I've been really appreciating these, because these do not really cover my dark circles. While they do claim to like help with dark circles or diminish dark circles or help brighten, I feel like they do brighten, but they don't give me the coverage that I desire for when I'm doing a full face of makeup. But this is not a knock against them, because these do not claim to be full coverage concealers. They are medium buildable concealers, and you know, medium coverage and buildable concealers, and you can build them up very, very nicely, but they still don't really give me the coverage that I just need for when I'm doing a full face of makeup. But on the go, they are beautiful. They blend right into my skin. They're very lightweight. They're very, very hydrating and moisturizing. Like their ingredients literally are moisturizing ingredients. So if you're someone who does struggle with, you know, dryness under the eyes or around your eyes, I think you will really like these. If you're someone who doesn't need a ton of coverage, like you don't have massive major dark circles like I do, and I'm not talking about, my dark circles aren't just like the light bluish, no, I have like, it runs in my family, dark brown circles around my eyes. So I need full coverage, but if you don't, I really do think these are great concealers. And you're gonna like them if you don't like very drying concealers. Like I know Katie Marie had commented on my video testing these out and said she might like them because she doesn't really have dark circles and doesn't need a ton of coverage. And I do also recall that she likes a more non-drying formula for a concealer, because I do also recall that she didn't really care for the Shape Tape concealer under her eyes. She felt like it was too drying, and I know I've heard her say before she deals with some dryness with certain products on her eyes. So I kind of think that she would, you know, really enjoy these and really get better use out of them than I. Not to say I won't get use out of them, because I have been using them on the days I'm wearing minimal makeup, but they're not ones I'm going to reach for like today's face, you know what I mean? So, but that being said, I also want to say that they did send me 5 shades as well as some darker ones for contouring, and I actually really like using these for contour. I'm not someone who typically loves like a liquid or cream contour. I don't do it often, but when I tried these out for contouring, I thought it looked beautiful. It was very natural, and like, because these are such lightweight, very thin formulas, like your skin literally looks like skin. I mean, obviously you're wearing makeup and it's like your face, I mean, how do you say it? Like, it's obvious you're wearing makeup, so my face isn't naturally like whatever, you know what I mean? But it looks like skin. It's like, they're amazing. But that's the whole thing with the Makeup Forever, you know, line. Their whole thing is that they're HD, skin-like, invisible products. Like, that's their thing. And so if that's kind of what you're looking for and you don't need a ton of coverage, I think you will really like these. But they're not going to be a concealer that I really love or call a favorite, because I need that coverage for my dark circles. So I think I've rambled on and on. Let's go ahead and move on to the next product. Alright, the next product I have to share with you, I actually have not really put into use just yet, but I still want to share them with you because I just think they're so pretty, and I haven't really got to mention them here on my channel yet. I did mention them on my Instagram, my stories, and as well as I did a little video showing these up close. These are stunning, but these are brand new glitters from NBA Cosmetics. I have this whole bag filled with a bunch of them, and these are their sparklers, and these are their art nail and body glitters. So they do say, because these are very much so chunkier glitters, which you guys will see, or maybe I'll just put the video that I made showing them. These are chunky glitters, so they don't recommend using them on their eyes. They weren't made for the eyes, but so many people actually do use these type of glitters on the eyes. So if you're looking for, you know, chunkier glitters for a specific kind of a look that you're going for, like this one has stars. I don't even know if you guys are going to be able to see these, so I think I'm probably just going to put that video, kind of overlay it in this video so you can see, but they're really beautiful, and I kind of have some ideas in mind to use for them, but I kind of think that when I do use them, I might use them on my eyes. Not necessarily super close to my eyes, but maybe like glitter out here or something. I'm not quite sure. I haven't decided how I want to use them, but they are so beautiful that I just had to show you guys. So if you guys are looking for any kind of like nail art glitter or body art glitter, like check out NBA Cosmetics, because you know they're my favorite, obviously. The brand I work with. I do have a discount code with them. I don't remember if I announced this anywhere else, like on YouTube. I announced it on my Instagram account, but I don't know if I've officially announced it on my YouTube channel. My code has changed to just Agape Love, all caps, for 10% off instead of before it was 15% off. So that is the difference. But you can save 10% off your order anytime you make an order. And you guys know I love NBA Cosmetics glitters. They're very affordable compared to a lot of other brands, and they are just amazing. And if you guys do have any ideas of how you would like to see me put those glitters into use, let me know. I'm not like a nail person, so I don't think I'll use them for like nail art or anything, but I want to put them to use. They're just so pretty. All right, next up I have some products from Ardell that I tried also in that video. This little palette, it's their Sensual Eyes little quad palette, and I actually have to admit that I have not used this again since that. Well, no, that's kind of a lie. I did use it, but not like fully. I did like really quickly one Sunday morning did use this darker shadow in my crease and then along my lower lash line. I'm getting a phone call, hold on. Okay, sorry, what was I saying? I'm trying to remember something about the palette and using it, I think, for a Sunday morning real quick. It just kind of like a really quick look, and I mostly use that darker shade real quick. So I guess it was kind of, did come in handy. It was kind of just sitting on my dresser, and I wasn't necessarily going to do anything for my eyes that morning, but I had a little bit of time and felt like I needed a little something, so I just grabbed this real quick and used it. But aside from that, I was going to say, I don't imagine I would grab this very often. I just, like, it was handy because it was right there on my dresser, so I just picked it up, and that's kind of what I do sometimes, especially when I'm in a hurry to get ready. I just grab whatever's closest to me, and this happened to be out. I had wanted to use it again to put it to more use, but I don't know. I think the colors are pretty, the quality isn't terrible. Like, I just feel like it's typical for a lot of like drugstore type kind of eyeshadows. And so I feel like, or Ardell, I think they usually are really only known for their lashes, so I kind of feel like their this new makeup line is like new for them, and so I think that's really, really cool, and obviously very exciting when a brand expands out, you know, their product line. So I think they're very nice, but I don't know if I'll reach for this again. This might be something that I end up decluttering. Why do I always end up getting hair? Okay. This might be something I end up decluttering just because I don't imagine using it a ton. There's just other ones that other palettes, other shadows I just prefer using more, and I have been in the mindset of like kind of getting rid of stuff that I'm not using or passing it on to someone who'll get more use out of it, and so this might end up being something I end up decluttering, but not because it's bad. It's just something I don't think I'll reach for. Let's go ahead and move on. There were two more products from Ardell that I received to try, and this was like a very, very standout product to me. I'm actually wearing it today. It's their Wanna Get Lucky gel eyeliner. I got the shade like purple, something royal purple, and I love it. I was super impressed with this, especially in my try on video, about how well it really stuck to the waterline and like stayed even to the end of the day. It looked, I mean, it was, I wouldn't say it looked great at the end of the day, but I mean, it was still there at the end of the day, which is, you know, speaks a lot for not many, even some high-end brands like don't stay that long. So really, really impressed with this. It is a purple shade, so I just think it's really, really pretty. And this is not, don't be fooled, you guys. I'm kind of an idiot. I don't know why, but I tried to sharpen this. It's not like a pencil that you sharpen. It has this little thing. So if you get this, just know this. You just twist this up, and it does twist down, which I think is very, very nice. And I don't know why I even thought to sharpen it, because it does have this little sharpener here to like sharpen. You could push this up, and then if you want to make the tip a little bit more fine, it's got this little sharpener, which I just wasn't thinking. I just pulled the cap off and I was like, oh, it's getting low, and I attempted to sharpen this, and I'm like, this is plastic. So mine has a little bit of a little cut right here from trying to sharpen it and realizing you can't sharpen this, Maria, you're an idiot. So don't sharpen yours. But aside from that, like, it's still good, and I'm gonna keep using this. And I'm not at a point where I need to buy more eyeliners. I have so many, but if I did need to, I would purchase more of those. I imagine they come in more colors than just this, but I love having this purple one. It kind of comes in handy for fun looks like this. And I would recommend this one. So if you're looking for a good liner that stays really well in the waterline, that one. Really, really good. And then additionally, I was sent their Splash Party Waterproof Mascara, and if you saw my try on video, I really, really like this. I feel like it gives a really great length and separation. I had members saying I preferred it compared to the other mascara from Covergirl that I'm also going to talk about in a minute, for the way it made my lashes look. It made them look a little bit longer, a little bit more separated, and just gave a little more something something. It wears really well, considering it's a waterproof mascara. Like, I typically don't care for waterproof mascaras. I feel like they make my lashes just too crispy and stiff, and I don't like that, and I didn't feel like this one did that, so that was kind of a nice thing. I will say though that even though the first time I wore it, I didn't find that it flaked, I feel like the last couple of times I have worn this, I've noticed a little bit of flaking, which I don't care for. You guys know, like, flaking is one thing that, like, and I'm sure probably most everybody, but I cannot stand if a mascara flakes. No one needs flaking. So I want to give this a try a couple more times and see, like, I don't know, maybe it was just, I don't know what the deal was, but because I did love the way this made my lashes look, but if it flakes, that's gonna just really kind of like a no-go. But I don't know, maybe I just was like really rough with my face or lashes or something and made it. I'm not quite sure. Whew, I was getting so hot. I had to turn up my fan. I can't even think. Because I'm like sweating over here, so hopefully it's like right overhead my camera. Hopefully that's not distracting. So lastly, I have some products from Covergirl. One, I feel like I got a little shade and a little tea to share with you guys. but I'll save that for the last thing. Okay, so let's get to it. So like I already mentioned with the Ardell mascara, I also tried the Covergirl Lash Blast Active Mascara. They recently came out with like an active line, and so I got sent a couple things from it, one being the mascara. I actually really like this, and even though, like I said in the demo or the try on, I prefer the look of this mascara better, I've actually been reaching for this one a lot more. I just really love the way this mascara and the wand fully like combs through and separates my lashes, and I've really been especially loving it I've been loving it on my lower lash line. That's actually the mascara that I'm wearing today on my well, on both my lashes, lower and upper lashes, because I do have falsies on today. I've been loving it on my lower lash line, and I love that it's like, I don't know if this one claims to also be waterproof, but obviously like it's active, I feel like it's somewhat waterproof-ish. And I don't know, I've been gravitating towards using this. I love the wand. I feel like it looks really great on my lashes. I do use it here and there alone on my upper lashes, but for the most part, like I mentioned in that try on video, I prefer this as a companion mascara. So I will apply like a thicker, more volumizing mascara first, like the Urban Decay Perversion is what I've been using. What's another one? The L'Oreal Voluminous is one I've been using for some volume and stuff like that, and then I will go in afterwards with this mascara to help really comb and separate the lashes and give a little more like length in addition to the volume, and I've really been loving this. So this is a win for me. And then I got the CoverGirl Get in Line Active Liner, and I actually have been really liking this too. I really wanted to give these a try when I was working out because I have been going to the gym a bit more, but it seemed that every time I went to the gym I just happened to not wear makeup that day or whatever, so I never got to give these a chance while being active, I guess. So I can't speak to how they wear while you're being active, but anyways, I do really like these. I mentioned before that I did not like the other CoverGirl liquid liners that had that more of a stiff wand, and it wasn't the wand that I didn't like, it was the formula. The formula was like, it was terrible. Like, at first I liked it when I first tried it, but as I used it more and more, I realized like the formula is not good. And this formula does seem to be very different and works really well even when you kind of go over it again. This has a brush tip applicator, which normally I'm not a big fan of, but because it's a little bit more of a smaller, you know, I feel like it's a little bit more manageable to use, and it's a very thin brush, so I really appreciate that. The thing is, a lot of other like brush tip liquid liners, they just have such a long handle, plus like, or you know, this, just say like this part is just so long, plus the handle, I'm just like out here trying to do my wing line, I'm like, I cannot do that. But this is a lot more manageable, and I do really like it. I will say, just to disclaim, that I do prefer felt tip liners better, but that one is easy for me to use, and I have been enjoying using it. Alright, so let's go ahead and move on to the very last thing I tried new last month, and that is the CoverGirl Outlast Active Cooling Setting Mist All Day Wear Setting Spray. And initially I was like, not that this has changed. I do really like this. So I don't want to be like, initially I really liked this and now I don't. I do like this. I feel like it sprays well. I think it works pretty well. I always say this is so hard to test a setting spray, like how well does it really wear? I mean, it's so hard to tell. Recently I watched one of Katie Marie's videos, and she talked about using setting spray on just one side of her face to really tell the difference, and I'm like, why haven't I ever thought of that? I mean, that's genius. I think I just am so like set on setting my whole face that I'm like, I want this all to be set. And I'm not like, I feel like I would hate to only set one side of my face with setting spray. I would hate that. But that would be the best way to test a setting spray, and I should probably start doing that. Anyways, so I can't say that this like works better than such and such. So, but I do feel like it was nice. It sprayed really nice. Now, the tea on this is that I was curious because I also a while back got sent the CoverGirl Look Lockup All Day Setting Mist from CoverGirl that looks like this. And I was like, I kind of feel like I prefer this one a little bit more. And I was thinking, but why do I prefer this one a little bit more? And the thing is, I felt like I prefer this one a little bit more because for some reason, I felt like it sprayed out better. I wasn't sure if they felt differently or anything like that. Point being, I was curious to see like, okay, I seem to feel like I like this one better, but I wonder what is really the difference. Now this is supposed to be active, it's supposed to be a cooling setting spray. This one doesn't say anything about that. So I went and looked at the back, at the ingredients to see like, okay, well, let's see what the ingredients are. What is setting these two apart? And I'd have to do it again. I went through them twice to be sure, but I still feel like is my mind tricking me? Am I missing something? I don't know, but I went through the ingredients and they are all exactly the same and in the same order. So I don't know what CoverGirl's trying to pull. Like, I don't get it. Like, what are you, and that makes me wonder, like, are they different in price? They both have 10 or 100 milliliters, 3.4 fluid ounces. I'm gonna look it up really quick to see if there's a price difference. And BRB. Okay, so from what I can find, it seems that maybe this original one is not available anymore. At least when I'm looking, Walmart, it says it's sold out. Maybe, I mean, I'm just now kind of looking. I should have done a little bit more research, but maybe it's not available anymore. But either way, the price for this original one is $9.99, and then the price for this new active one is $6.94. And those are both Walmart prices. It could be different somewhere else where they might be sold. I'm not quite sure. Hold on, let me look at Ulta. Sorry, I normally hate doing this kind of stuff. Oh, it's not available at Ulta. So from what I'm seeing at Walmart, $6.94. So maybe they are phasing out the lockup, but it's like, I feel like this is fairly new. It was like new in the summer of 2018, if I'm remembering correctly. Why would they phase it out? Either way, I don't really know what's going on here, but the ingredients are the exact same. They have different claims. I don't get that. So the CoverGirl lockup says locks makeup in place all day. Microfine mist has a weightless, barely there feel. Prevents makeup from smudging or settling into fine lines. Dermatologically tested. This active one says cooling setting mist. Locks makeup in place all day. Seals your look so it's smudge proof, transfer proof, and humidity proof. So it's similar, but this one also has humidity proof. Microfine mist has a lightweight, breathable feel, suitable for all skin types, dermatologically tested. So I'm not sure. I don't know what I feel about this. I don't know what I think about this. I just find it very, very odd that they're like selling two of the exact same products but marketing them differently. I don't get that. Unless this one is like gone and being phased out somehow, even though it was new. I don't get that. But if the price really is, if you're still seeing them in stores and this one's 10, this one's, you know, 7 pretty much, get this one. They're the same, and you're getting the same amount of product. I also just want to mention that I watched one of my friend Lauren Della Fera, saying that right? On YouTube here, Little Blushing Birdie. She also recently just talked about, in one of her videos, I can't remember, I will link it, about how the CoverGirl foundation, there was a new CoverGirl foundation, and how it was the exact same, even down to the ingredients, as the matte last foundation that they came out with this summer as well, and how it was the exact same, but it's marketed differently. It's like a different, but it's the same. And I was like, I thought that was so weird, and now I'm discovering that these two are different products but the same products. I don't really understand that. I don't know what CoverGirl's doing. I don't know. I'm kind of at a loss, but I'm just presenting that to you, what I just discovered literally this morning when I was contemplating my thoughts on these products. So there you have it. I do think it's a nice spray. I think $6.94 or $7 is actually a decent price for setting sprays, but I wouldn't say this is like my favorite. I have others that I love more, but I think it's nice. But yeah, just kind of weird that there's like two of the same products marketed differently. So you guys take that how you want to take it. I'm just gonna set that down and let you guys do with it what you will. But with all that being said, that wraps it up for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it and found it helpful. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, anything that I maybe didn't mention, you need an answer to, or just want to discuss a little bit further, let's do that in the comment section. I really appreciate you guys and love hearing your feedback and chit-chatting back and forth with you guys about makeup and all that stuff. So I really appreciate you. I love you so much, and I just want to thank you again so much for watching. And until next time, much love and hugs to you. Bye, beauty babes. Mwah!